We started with Doc Ock, ran through Spidey No Way Home, and now we're going to bookend it with the Green Goblin. Let's get it. What is good, my peeps? It's the Ruckus back at you again with another action figure review. You see what we got in front of us, a deluxe going on. Kind of late doing this, but I saved it because I wanted to bookend the Spider-Man No Way Home wave. Kicked off with Doc Ock, which was also a deluxe. And here we have, from Spider-Man No Way Home, we have the Green Goblin. And you can see that it is it's something. What makes this an exclusive is that Goblin glider. And you could see what it looks like just from the digital imaging on the package there. So it looks like it's going to be something. We've got some nice artwork behind the digital image. You see the Green Goblin up there on the right side. It reads Green Goblin. You've got Marvel Legends series, and then below Marvel Studios Spider-Man No Way Home. On the top we've got a Spider-Man logo. On either side we have some nice artwork of, well, one side, my bad, we've got artwork, and the other we have a digital sketch of Norman himself. And then here on the rear we have another digital sketch of both the glider on a stand, as well as Norman Osborn, aka the Green Goblin. And you see images of showing the articulation of the Goblin glider and the accessories that the Green Goblin comes with. And here we have Willem Dafoe as Norman Osborn, aka the Green Goblin, on our rotating base. And very, very detailed action figure we have here. It's as he appeared in the film Spider-Man No Way Home. And yeah, it's looking pretty doggone nice from what I can see from afar. He's got some nice paint apps on various sections, of his gear, like on his biceps and his belt and around his legs, up and down. We'll get a closer look when we get him off the base. But first, let's look at his accessories. We're going to kick it off with the mask. Oh, just dropped that. But anyway, yeah. You guys, if you saw the very first Spider-Man, you will recall this little ditty. And he basically only wore this when he first appeared in No Way Home. But this was the standard issue in the very first Spider-Man film. The Tobey Maguire Spider-Man film is what I'm talking about there. This would be the pumpkin bomb. And it, well, there's some right there where the trigger, if you will, the detonator. But other than that, it looks just like a small pumpkin. Next, we have his these foot gauntlets are for him to use when he's on his glider, and they have. I'll set one down and show you the other one, so you can see what I'm talking about. It has pegs, and they get affixed to the glider itself. We've got the stand for the glider. We've seen this before. You can set it up either the tall way or either of the other ways. It's like in a triangle, and they all sit down. And because it's on a ball, you can articulate, if you will, the glider itself. And here's the glider itself. You could see it's molded in a silver kind of plastic with purple texturing on it. Purple paint on the texture, I should say. It's very nice. It comes fully assembled out of packaging, so that's a good thing. You've got some green there. This is the rear of it, so this is for the exhaust vents. Then at the front, you see it's got some stabby things going on up there, and here's how it articulates. It opens like that. Let's see if you can see what's going on in there, on the inside there. On the other side, see what we could see. I don't know how well that's. Oh, there we go. There we go. I knew I'd catch some good light going on. Here's the top of it, so you can see all of that nice detail. And those are the ports that I spoke of for where you put those boots that will allow Normie to ride on his glider. And then you see you have this port here, and like I said, you can use any side there. I'm going to go with the tall side first. Hopefully it'll go in. I think you'll have to work it. If it doesn't, you'll have to use some hot water to heat it up and soften it so it'll get in there. So yeah, it looks like that's what is going to have to happen. I'm not going to try to force it because this long end seems to want to bend and rupture. So when next we see this, it'll be ready to go. All right, here we've got the Green Goblin, aka Norman Osborn, as portrayed by Willem Dafoe. And I keep mentioning that because the hood, as you can see on him, is detachable, and so are those goggles. So you'll be able to see the likeness to the actor, and we will be checking that out in just a bit. But for right now, we're going to take a look at the figure itself. You see it's got that purple tunic, and the tunic, I believe, is also removable. We'll find that out momentarily. It's got the rips and the tears and stuff. You got the belt with the cross harness, and let me move his arms out the way so you can see he's got his satchel, where I'm sure that's where he stores his pumpkin bombs, and it's depressed. Pretty nice attention to detail there. It's got straps and buckles, but they aren't painted. It would have been nice if they got a splash of some silver, as well as the buckle that latches both sides of the belt, even though there is some paint in between there, a little bit dark. You go to the other side, we do get paint over here for these attachments, which is welcome. And you get that on that right arm on his bicep, so you see that there. He's got these. They look like they fire something made of silver there, and there's some charcoal gray in between. So we get some color. We're getting color, getting that going on. And then of course on the left side, that infamous claw extension, and he's also got other projectile objects from that as well. And he's got purple. How it attaches to his forearm and wrist is you see some purple there, and he's got purple there on the tricep back there. So pretty cool, pretty nice. Looking at the legs, look at all of that intricate detail going on. I got to give it to Hasbro. They put in work on this one for sure. And you see the gold accoutrements right there, purple. Go down to the knee, and the knee has got silver pads there, knee pads on top of the textured portion of those knee pads. And then you get the boots, and you see what's going on with the boots there. So that's pretty nice, very nice. Front and back, he's got some silver on the back there. So yeah, this I'll give it its props in terms of getting the deluxe treatment. I think this is definitely worth the deluxe treatment for sure. In terms of the articulation, his head, I'll let you know what type of joint it is once we take the head off and remove the hood and the goggles. I'll tell you then. But for right now, with that hood on, it's looking like he's on a dumbbell. It feels like a dumbbell joint to me. And that's probably what it is. His head can only go back that far. And it'll go down that much. You can see that. You get, yeah, it's going to be a dumbbell in there. You get the side to side, and of course it can rotate. He can get the T-pose with the shoulders. They can rotate 360. He's got the bicep going on. Before we do that, though, let's see what's going on with the rearing. Let's see what's going on with his ability to rear. This is how far he can rear back and going forward. That's really all you're going to get. I said the bicep, he's got that. He's got double jointed pinless elbows. See if I get that to go. Yep. There we go right there. His wrist rotates, is going to be impeded by the claw. His left wrist is going to be impeded by the claw. He does have the horizontal hinge. So you got that. The right shouldn't be impeded by that because it's far back enough, recessed far back enough that it won't impede the wrist at all. And of course you get the horizontal hinge with that. He's got a diaphragm, so he can go forward that much. He can go back that much. He can lean side to side and twist it. Be careful though, because that harness, you don't want to go too far. You may snap that. That's never a good thing. Hips, he can spread them that far apart. He can kick 90, very nice. Go back, very nice. He's got the thigh cut right there where the thigh high boot meets the hip. And then he's got double jointed pinless knees. He does not have any type of boot swivel. He does have ankle pivot that enables him to point very far forward. That's good. He can go up a bit. The nature of the foot, the shoe, the way how that tongue comes up, it impedes a little bit, but that's pretty decent for going up. He's got ankle pivot, and he has holes, peg holes at the bottom of his feet. And as originally suspected, it is a dumbbell for that neck joint. And I've taken off the hood and the goggles and reapplying the head sculpt. You get those arms down. And get him to stand and move him back some. And there you have it. Take a look at that. Now, that's a good head sculpt right there. That's some good photo reel of Willem Dafoe. I'm loving it. I'm loving what I'm seeing. Pretty cool, for sure. Get him up a little closer so you can see what I'm talking about. Very, very nice. And yes, that means you can pose him that way if you want. I believe, let's see what else we got going on here. Let me see if this tunic is removable. I think it is. It's just it's removable technically. I think let's see if I lift up that arm, will that give me some more leeway to move it? Bear with me, guys. We're doing this real time. And yep, so the tunic is removable. So now he's just totally armored, and then we'll go with the other accessory we got, the Goblin helmet. See if that'll go on. How hard or difficult or easy this will go on. And there it is. It's definitely on, but I can already tell you it's not really meant for this because you see neck is exposed. So, but if you pose it in such a way that you can't see the skin tone of the neck, you'll be, I think you'll be okay. Okay, it took some doing, but I managed to get the stand affixed. I can tell you right now, the long end is going to be the most problematic because it threatens to like snap or at least stress out, and then that's no good for anybody. So I'm using one of the other balls, if you will, to keep to have him standing. And as you can see, I got him, so he's definitely standing. And I also would suggest that you get Normie on the glider before you try putting it on the stand, because you'll go back and forth. You'll get the stand on the glider, and then you'll have issues getting Norman into his boot harnesses there to be able to be on his glider. So there is that. But you see that he is on the glider. I've got him without the goggles on because I think he looks more diabolical this way. They really, I mean, Willem Dafoe always looked crazy whenever he smiled, and when you add into the mix he's supposed to be crazy, that just elevates it up to 11. So yeah, it looks really good. I think I will pose him this way without the goggles when I do my final posing. But you see, this is how he looks with the glider closed. I haven't even tried to do it to open it with him on there, so I'm going to do this on camera. It'll either succeed or it'll fail. So we'll learn together. Here we go. See if I can extend it, articulate it out a little bit. I'll have to, of course, adjust the Goblin, the legs, to accommodate opening it up. That goes one. So, and there goes the other. So, yep, nope, that's not going to work. So, it can open up. Obviously, I'll be right back. I'm going to see if I can get him on there and look natural with it opened up. Give me a second. And there he is with the glider wings extended, if you will. You can get him on there. It'll take some doing. They'll try to disconnect from the glider, or the boots will disconnect from the harnesses. But if you work it, you can get it. It took a bit, but not as long as you may think. So yeah, you could have your Green Goblin on the glider in either configuration. For comparison, here are the two deluxe figures from the Spider-Man No Way Home film, not wave. These were really technically independent of the wave, even though they came out just before the wave dropped. It was supposed to be in unison with that wave. And now, joined by the Sandman from that same film, we now have 3 of the 5 baddies that appeared in the movie. Keep our fingers crossed that we'll get the last 2, that being the Lizard and Electro. And now we've got our bad guys joined in with the rest of the Spider-Man No Way Home wave. So it's now complete, all 6 figures plus the 2 deluxe. Once again, can only hope that we'll get those last 2 baddies, Electro and the Lizard. That'll be cool to complete this whole thing. And we already have Doctor Strange from when the wave that was assigned to that film came out, so we don't really need him. We're just missing those 2 villains, and that's about the size of it. We even have a J. Jonah Jameson to use, so pretty complete in terms of filling rosters from a film. From our left to our right, we've got, including the deluxe figures, we've got Doc Ock. Then we've got Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire style. Then we've got MJ. Behind MJ, we have the Sandman. And then coming back up to the front, we have Spider-Man, the MCU Spider-Man, aka Tom Holland. Then going back, we've got Matt Murdock. And behind him, of course, the subject matter for today, we have got Norman Osborn, aka the Green Goblin. And then all the way to our far right, we have the Amazing Spider-Man as portrayed by Andrew Garfield. So that's the entire wave. In terms of rating the wave, uh, if I'm going to be fair and just rate the wave by itself, because I can tell you right now, hands down, the two deluxe figures got all six of the rest beat. So it's pretty unfair to do that. In terms of the wave itself, it's almost a wash. If I had to rate them, I would give Tobey Maguire the top spot, I guess. It's interchangeable with Tom Holland. They're 1 and 2, I guess. Then 3 would be Andy. He would probably rate a little bit higher, but they, meaning Hasbro, I don't know what madness they were on, only giving us one wall crawling hand and one fist and two thwippers. I just don't get that move, but that's what it was, so that's why he drops to number 3. Number 4, I'd be giving it to I'd give it to the Sandman, and then 5, I'd give it to MJ, I guess, for number 5, simply because we get that nice accessory, the container box, the box that contained the Gone Awry spell. Bringing up the rear is Matt Murdock. Now keep in mind, that doesn't mean I don't like Matt Murdock. I think he's bomb. I think it's a good buck to use for suited body for other characters. If you have an unmasked head sculpt, it'll be cool for that. But yeah, I mean, had to rate, just because something comes in last doesn't make it bad. It just makes it least. That's about it. And as far as the two deluxe figures are concerned, for me, they're a wash. I'm not putting one above the other. I love them both. The bendy wires on the Doc Ock is just all of that, and just the overall look of the Green Goblin combined with that Goblin glider and that head sculpt. I mean, that's the head sculpt. Willem Dafoe. That's Willem Dafoe for real. More than anybody here, that's Willem Dafoe. So anyway, yeah, that's how that goes down. What do you guys think about the Green Goblin Deluxe? What do you think about this wave? Now that we've come to a close on the wave, we've gone through all 6 figs and both deluxe sets, bookending the Spider-Man No Way Home wave. Let me know in the comments below what you think about any of the figures, the wave as a whole, the 2 deluxe figures, all 8 of the figures as a whole. Are you getting them? Are you all in? Are you cherry picking? There's no builder figures, so cherry picking is easy in this case. So in the comments, let me know what's the what. Leave a thumbs up while you're down there. We really need that. And if you have not subscribed, do so. And, that'll be a good thing too. If you want to be notified when we upload another video, all you got to do is hit that bell down there, and notified you shall be. And now that we've gotten that cleared up, and the other wave, that Avengers Void wave, cleared up, we're going to be on to some new stuff coming down the pipe. And that's how it'll get done.